Ben and I are excited to announce that we are having another baby.
Ben was just solid. He was there and he stuck by her side.
I kind of expect it to be a challenge going from 1 to 2 kids.
Well, we're expecting baby number 4.
I'm feeling great.
Hey guys, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is February 18th, Thursday, and we have some Duggar news. That's because somebody's pregnant. Okay, so if you have been following me, you know that we talk about the Duggars. It's like your favorite topic on this channel, and we have been following and tracking to find out who is going to be the next baby that would be announced. There was a cue that was dropped back on a podcast when Jeremy Volo was interviewing his sister-in-law, Jordan. She's one of the youngest Duggar daughters, and during an interview with Jeremy, basically said that there was a pregnancy that she couldn't talk about yet because it hadn't been announced. Well, now we know who she was talking about because Jessa Seawald is pregnant.
I'm glad to be out of the first trimester. I was pretty sick, but feeling good now and have more energy.
And shock reverberates around the world. No, it doesn't. But people have been suggesting that Miss Jessa is pregnant because of photos that she's been sharing on her Instagram. But this is not the pregnancy we were expecting to be announced. Many people were assuming that the next announcement coming would be from Anna Duggar. That's because Jessa Seawald uploaded a video onto her YouTube channel and then promptly took it down after people began to speculate that Anna Duggar was pregnant because in the video it appeared as though Anna was sporting a bump. Now, there's been no announcement from Anna about whether or not she's pregnant, and so we still don't know the status of what's going on there. We do know that she and Josh do not practice prevention, so another baby would not be unexpected. It would just be more a matter of when. Miss Anna has denied this on her social media multiple times, not recently, but as far back as December. Jessa has also been another source of speculation because she has sported some shirts that have been a little bit more baggy than normal, or she had this famous photo that showed up on Joy's Instagram back when they were making wreaths for Christmas. In the photo, she placed the finished wreath over her stomach, which a lot of people thought was interesting placement and that she might be trying to hide a bump. Most recently, she shared a photo on her Instagram and in a video where she took the kids to the beach when they went to Florida to attend a wedding. Jessa was sporting a very baggy blue dress, and a lot of people in comments on the picture that I shared on Instagram thought that Jessa might be hiding something. Well, now we know that she was, because today she announced via TLC that she is pregnant with her 4th child. And the surprising news that goes along with this is that she also had a miscarriage. Now, one thing that some fans are concerned about is Jessa's safety and health during this pregnancy because she has had postnatal hemorrhaging following the birth. If you remember, following the birth of Ivy, she had to be taken to the hospital to get Pitocin. She also had to be rushed to the hospital after Henry's birth as well. So knowing that she has a history of the hemorrhaging, people are concerned that it could get worse with this 4th baby. And then having now gone through a loss, some fans were expressing concern on Instagram. In an interview with TLC, she said this: "After the heartbreaking loss of a baby last year, we're overjoyed to share that another little Seawald is on the way." They shared a cute sonogram of the photo of the baby, and Jessa says that the pregnancy is going smoothly for both baby and her, and she's doing well. They said in a joint statement, they said, "We are grateful to God for the precious gift of a new life. The kids are delighted, and we can hardly wait to welcome the little one into our arms this summer." They already have 3 children, Spurgeon, who's 5, Henry, who's 4, and Ivy's, who's 1. and they are going to have a new sibling coming. She says this: Spurgeon and Henry are very excited. They understand. We have this little pregnancy app on my phone that we look at, and they get to see updates of the baby's progress and growth. They typically do not announce the gender of their baby into the wider public. They find out and they keep that a secret. Jessa and Ben did elaborate on that and said that they haven't decided whether or not they're going to do that again because Spurgeon and Henry want to know what they're going to be having because they're so interested this time around. And she said that if they tell Henry and Spurgeon, they would have to tell everyone because Henry and Spurgeon obviously would not be able to keep a secret because they're 4 and 5 years old. She's due this summer. And the interesting thing is that she apparently had a miscarriage and hadn't announced that, which is totally her right. So a lot of fans were very surprised when she made the announcement because no one had realized that she had gone through the loss. Other miscarriages have been discussed on the show, such as her sister Ginger, who went through a loss, and that was discussed last season. Lauren Duggar, Josiah's wife, has also gone through a loss, and she discussed that at length during this few seasons ago. Joy Anna obviously had a later loss at 20 weeks, and that also was a part of the show. So this one, it threw people a little bit for the loop mainly because they felt badly that she had gone through that, and then surprised because they hadn't heard about it, because it's not generally typical for the Duggars to withhold that kind of information. They're generally so open about everything that they've gone through. Now, Jessa can be a little bit more private than the rest of the girls, so she's very excited to have her rainbow baby. Now, in a photo that she shared on Instagram, she said, "We are looking forward to summertime, and here's our number one reason. Thank you, God, for this precious gift." And then she hashtagged it rainbow baby. She shared a sonogram of the baby's head, and the interesting thing is that she did talk about Ivy. So Ivy is only, I think she's 20 months old now. And so by the time the baby is born, Ivy will be 2 years old. And she says that Ivy doesn't really understand yet. Jessa's been dropping some hints through photos that she shared that another baby was coming because Ivy has been learning about babies. Even at Thanksgiving, she shared a photo of Ivy learning how to change diapers or playing with diapers on a baby doll. And another photo she shared on Instagram had Ivy hugging 2 babies and cuddling the babies. So there's been some cues that she's probably using a way to help Ivy understand at the way the best a child can understand at that age, through play. So the next question is what the heck are they going to do about their living space? Because they are already busting out of the seams of their house, and that I don't know. So they currently live in a house that was previously owned by Mary Duggar, and then also Josh and Anna Duggar lived there at one point in time. The home is a relatively small place. I believe it's around 1,000 square feet, and it has 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. Currently, 3 of her kids are sharing 1 room. She recently did a video on YouTube where she built a bunk bed for the kids, and then has Ivy sleeping on a toddler bed on the floor next to the bunk beds. So she already has 3 kids in 1 room, and obviously the new baby will be with her. But that begs the question is, what are they going to do for living, as they will now have 4 children in a 2-bedroom home? They have clearly outgrown the home that they're in. They will either need to expand this house by adding onto it, or they might need to consider moving. Now, this is not the first time the Duggars have bursted at the seams. If you remember when this show started, they were living in a very small house with 9 or 10 kids at the time. The close quarters is what Jessa is used to. But knowing that they're on TV, knowing that their family makes $1 zillion, you would think at some point they would upgrade the home. A lot of people say that Jessa might be attached to the home because it was previously owned by her grandmother, and she might just be attached to it because it's where she's had her babies and it's where she's, her marriage started. But obviously at this point in time, with 4 kids and 2 bedrooms, you probably need to start thinking of other options, which is why a lot of people think that a lot of the stuff she's been doing for the Duggars, like defending them and making videos about Jim Bob and Michelle, have been in a direction of, hey, Mom and Dad, can you help me get a bigger house? Now, does Ben work? That's the $20 million question. So it's not really clear what Ben is doing for work right now. He was a tutor for the Duggar kids, and I think has helped around with some odd jobs around the Duggar house and with Jim Bob Duggar, but I don't know if he has like a full-time job. He recently became an ordained pastor, so I don't know, again, if he's working as a pastor or if that was just like he's ordained and now he's the pastor. It's really not clear what Ben is doing and if he's got a full-time job yet at this point. We do know that they make money from the show, minimal at best. So, and she's probably making money from YouTube and from her social media, but whether or not they have the money to pay for a new home remains to be seen. They do own the home that they live in outright because it was gifted to them by Jim Bob Duggar, and they don't have a mortgage there, so they very well could sell that home and get some decent equity. So we'll have to see if they make a move. She says she's out of her first trimester, so she has she's at least 3 months in at this point, maybe 4. She didn't really say how far along or what month she was due. So, but moving while pregnant is another whole obstacle. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But for now, Jessa is expecting her 4th. She is on pace to have 4 before she turns 30. And she and Kendra Duggar are competing to see who can have the most Duggar babies. All right, you guys, tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye.